Welcome back, fair viewers. I'm Darklord Kaiser. This is the Tower... Oh, sorry, froze again. Tower of Death in the Talos Principle. I don't think we're going to be able to do anything on this level, but, you know, I figured I'd come and look at it anyway. We've got a QR code to look at. Seems Elohim lacks the power to stop you from climbing this thing. No doubt he still has some tricks up his sleeve. Certainly he does. They're called... locked door puzzles. Look how many of these stupid things I need to get through this door. Christ, I struggle enough when there's only 4 of the little buggers. Now look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Anyway. Now, I thought there might be a collectible of some description up here, but... why can't I press this button? All these buttons to press, and I can't press that one. Never mind. No. Oh well. As I said, I thought there'd be a collectible of some description up here, but no, there isn't. So, back to the ground level with us then. And then Elohim can be vaguely disappointed at us for climbing the Tower of Death. So, let's go to Area B, because it's flashing at me in the top left corner. And it'd be nice to have a slight change of scenery. Do-do-do, Did I read these? Yes.
My child,
there you are.
Have you been tempted by the tower?
Yes.
Know that it holds only death for you.
Are you sure? Because it looks like it holds puzzles. And you have made me to solve puzzles. So, I know up there, where all the electricity and stuff's happening, that bit might contain death. But certainly level 1 just contained more puzzles. Speaking of puzzles, let's open the door. That can go there, that can go, I don't know, there, why not? You can... that. This can... I don't know. This ain't gonna work. No, lock into place. Let's... oh, there we go, that did it. Hooray! I'm now allowed to wander around Warehouse B. And still, what's all these sort of industrial stairways to nowhere? QR code though. I have seen the truth. Only Elohim can save us from eternal oblivion. I'm glad you put that in a nice findable location there, Mr. Elohim Force, version 99.19.2093F. Because, I mean, it would make sense to put that, say, at the Tower of Death, where most people are going to be tempted to want to go to. Not hidden away in a corner in the arse end of nowhere in an industrial warehouse with nothing interesting to draw people towards it. Then again, if you've embraced what I think might be a form of despair, then you ain't going to worry too much about where you put your graffiti. Oh, righty-roo. Down we go. Oh, yeah.
A new land stands before you, my child.
Does it now?
And know that this is a land of death, but also great beauty. As you walk amongst these tombs, consider all those who came before you, and how they served the greater purpose of which you are also part.
You're right, this is a place of great beauty. Not seeing the death, though. No, that's all paintings. That's all paintings. Oh, there it is. There's the death. Cool. So what does this want me to do? That wants me to do the fans. Another you. What do you want me to? You want me to get the triangle? Okay. Oh, we get another area blocked by an impassable barrier of wood. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Okay. Nice. Well, let's find the one that's labelled, well, 1. There it is. So, a lot of yellow ones in here. And I only need access to tripods and boxes. So, yeah, we can get these done. If we do. Man, you're doing a beep beep at me again. What say thee, machine? Oh, you are just my favourite person today. You've been exploring that fancy pants tower of his, haven't you? Truth, lie. Truth, lie. I ain't gonna lie to this guy, he seems nice. I just love it when he doesn't get his way. What did you see? More puzzles, and understanding beyond explanation. It goes up a long way. But to be honest, I found more puzzles. Figures. And did you get in trouble? Tell me. Did he even notice? Not yet. I'm not surprised. Needless to say, I think you can afford to push a little further before risking anyone's wrath. Of course, it's entirely up to you, isn't it? Terminating support session done. Resuming library archive session. Oh, that's not him talking anymore. So, I'm thinking that's the Serpent in the Machine that someone was talking about. I like the Serpent in the Machine. He's fun. So we got Osiris, Got It lyrics, and Immortality. Oh, and funky beat. And it's not. Let's read Osiris. The dying man went unto the scribe who resided in Pre-Medjai. Medjed? Per-Medjed. Who resided in the place with the things, and said, Behold, I am weak of body. My days under the holy sun of Amun-Ra are coming to an end. Though I have spent my years in service of the two lands, I have not studied the question mark. Tell me, you who are wise in the writings of the dead, what lies ahead on my journey? What will I face in the land of the Westerners? And the scribe spoke, saying, At the appointed time... So, 1. It is likely the location has changed according to the copy of the book was made for. The dying man is an avatar of the owner. In the older manuscripts, number 2 is rendered as some controversy as to whether it. So it just sort of stops there. You could at least have put another, like, random text blurb. Okay, so number 3. The dead. What if that? Sorry, my mouse appeared on screen. I don't know whether that's going to appear on the record. I don't know whether Bandicam picks that up or not, but I'll just move it anyway. So number 3, the dead. Compare with Gehenti Amentiu, the foremost of the Westerners, a title later given to Osiris. And number 5, sometimes mistaken for a mistranslation on Budger's part. This is actually almost certainly a mistranslation by the ancient scribe. The equivalent portion of the older manuscript is sadly not extant. Coolio pops! Let's see what the Got It lyrics are. Cannot load video file. That's disappointing. My new song with lyrics. Gotta laugh about this stuff. Laughter is the best medicine. LOL. I've got it, you've got it, he's got it, she's got it, mommy's got it, daddy's got it, baby's got it, granny's got it, laddie's got it, fatty's got it, happy's got it, sappy's got it, everybody's got it. Come on. Jat's got it, Fred's got it, Bob's got it, dog's got it. Oh, dog is fine. So the dog's fine. It's good news. The doggo is a good boy. The doggo doesn't get the disease I'm assuming this is referring to. Chorus. Woof, 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 woof. Dancing dog. Everybody's got it. Except dog. Woof. We've got it, we've got it, we've got it. Everybody's got it. Haha, it's funny because it's about viral epidemics. Maybe even a pandemic. Immortality. Disgruntlemeister's Blogstacy. Jesus, that's a... I thought my flipping naming was stupid. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm afraid of dying. I don't see any reason to believe there's an afterlife. I'm an organism like any other. When my brain stops working, my consciousness will cease, and I will be gone. You know what? I can't just embrace that. I can't say I'm okay with it, or I've accepted it, or some nonsense like that. I don't want to have an ending. It terrifies me. If I had a genie right now, I'd wish for immortality. Who wouldn't? Oh, we wouldn't really want to be immortal, the pseudo-philosophers say. Pretentious drivel. Everybody wants to live forever. Maybe everybody deserves to live forever too. But we can't. So here we are. Live with it. Or rather, don't. So, yeah, immortality, one of those things that people claim they want. And then they think about it and go, well, actually, I'm not sure I do. Ooh. Paint! Oh, I can paint messages! Yes. Yes, I am so on board with this. You have no idea. Haha! I can paint in QR codes. Oh, my paintbrush disappeared. I only get to write one message? Oh, that's disappointing. Okay, what do you say? I'm finally getting some sense out of the entity in the archive, though at some cost to my sanity. I'm beginning to think this Elohim wields no more power, no more control over the world than we do. You say that, but I saw him change the weather. So, yeah, immortality. We can have a discussion about that. Why not? We've got 10 minutes. So, to be honest, it depends upon what context you're giving this immortality. So if you're talking about a reversible form, so a science fiction sort of, upload your brain onto the web and live that way. Because if you did tire of existence, you could simply delete yourself, that kind of thing. Or whether it's a fantasy kind of immortality where no matter what happens, you shall always exist. That is not a good idea. I mean, particularly if it's something that only applies to, the person who made the wish in the first place. What's this? There are hidden dangers in this new world. I have inexplicably escaped death any number of times. I suggest vigilance. Who knows what happens to those who step carelessly too often. Hey, it's Samsara again! I don't know why, but I like that guy. Splash. Splash, splash, splash. Yeah, I'm going for a little paddle in the water while I discuss the terror that is immortality. So yes, if Logs to See, whatever the hell his name was over there, did get a genie and did wish for immortality, do you know what would happen? He'd live forever, and nobody else... Oh, I made a box float. That might be useful to know. That sounds like it's a hint. Anyway. So if he was the... or she, I suppose. There's no reason to assume it's male. But if they made themselves immortal, and nobody else, everybody they knew and loved would die. Not straight away, necessarily. Though, by the sound of it, it's not far off with this pandemic on the loose. But, yeah, death would certainly come to everybody he knew and loved eventually. So he alone, or she, or they, would, in the end, be left completely alone. I mean, yeah, there are benefits. Personally, I think that if someone was, cursed with immortality in that regard, they'd go in cycles of finding new things to enjoy and then being completely destroyed by the fact that they are the only person who can experience all this stuff, and that it can never end. And if they were completely, truly immortal, then eventually they're gonna outlast the universe, and they will be stuck with eternity of nothing. Anyway, that's depressing, so let's move on to this. Mutation, capacity, evolution. Well, let's start with mutation. The role of mutation in evolution is particularly fascinating. Mutation is essentially an error in the organism's central database. A variable gets changed, a piece of information is accidentally doubled or combined with another. Most of the time, the result is the equivalent of a bug, causing anything from minor problems to complete system shutdown, i.e. death. But sometimes, the new information is functional, giving the organism an advantage against the challenges it faces, in which case, there's a much higher chance of being passed to the next generation. If you consider how unlikely a beneficial mutation is and how long it takes for a mutation to propagate, this process can give you an amazing insight into just how vast the genetic history of each living organism error. Simultaneously, it is intriguing to consider what a major role random errors have played in the evolution of life itself. The same process that has killed so many of us, often in horrific ways, is also responsible for our very existence. So I'm wondering if that's the whole point of this little universe we're in. It's a massive computer program by the name of Elohim, presumably, that's just generating, code after code after code, and creating all these new lives, each one with a random variable changed in each iteration, hoping that one of them will eventually, or maybe even more than one of them, several of them, will one day be able to free themselves from this machine. Maybe that's the eternal life bit it's talking about, that eventually you get to the point where you can move past it. Why won't you close? There we are. Move past this world is created, and society can bloom from trial and error, basically. That's a very brute force problem solving there. So we want to make sure this thing's a real thing. Let's just make an infinite number of monkeys or an infinite number of typewriters approach. Capacity. Yeah, no worries. EL is not the only ridiculously fast. Oh, sorry. EL is not only ridiculously fast, it also has a bajillion tons of space. Even while hosting a full copy of the archive, it'll totally be able to handle all your project's data needs, assuming its output is as you suggested. I mean, the worst case scenario would be like centuries. That should be enough, right? Right? Trev. So yeah, that's another hint that we're just in the simulation. The simulation's just going to keep running until eventually the right kind of output is created. Evolution. One of the most common misunderstandings about evolution, sometimes accidentally promoted by people who should know better, is that it's an active process. Sometimes the term evolve is even applied to individual beings, as if some invisible force had driven them to suddenly change. But the truth is that individuals don't evolve. The term evolution describes a long-term process that can be observed in an entire population across time due to error. Example: in response to an external threat or challenge. If an individual coincidentally has a trait that allows it to deal with that challenge more effectively than others, it is more likely to pass that information to its descendants. That information gives them an advantage, so over time, they become the dominant model of that species. The individuals experience no significant genetic change during their lifetimes, but each of them is part of the evolution of their species. Well, I can tell you individuals do evolve. You clearly haven't played Pokemon. Right then. So, I don't have a huge amount of time left on the clock, only a handful of minutes, so that's kind of why I've been wandering around rather than attempting to go into any of these puzzles, because I don't want to go into one, spend 20 minutes and end up with another very long episode, like the Tower of Death episode. So I'm wondering if I can find any more secrets to play with, just to kill a couple of minutes, because what is this life if full of care we have not time to piss around? Something for more terminals or something. Do. Did I read that QR code? I think I did. Another one about floating boxes? Nope, that's the one about hidden dangers. Oh, right. So, sod it. Let's have a look at a puzzle. I may not have time to solve one, but we can at least get the gist of one. Here we are. Third wheel. Boop. Well, that's a red laser. That's a blue laser. So, red. Red. Bam. What's over here? Oh, another one. Blue laser. Blue terminal. Alrighty. Now I'm through here. Intéressant. So I need something to go on here to keep that open. wonder. If I go all the way back here with this, then I can connect those two together, maybe? I have to go all the way back there. If I take this, can I go even further? No, I can't go much further back. I might be able to connect there. There we go. Nope, put it down too early. Bam! Collect the piece. Puzzle solved. Roughly within my 20-minute arbitrary deadline of arbitration. So, that should do for now. Let's go back to our main temple just for the hell of it, and we'll call it an episode there. So, there we are. Had a bit of a play in ye olde Egyptian times. So, yeah, that should do it for now. Bye.